That's actually a lot harder than it may look. I have these, right. I'm going to show you guys these because I was gonna debut them on a TikTok or whatever, but they don't work. I don't know if I actually showed these before. Hang on. Let me turn this light off a second just so you can understand what they actually are. Then again, I've probably shown them and forgotten. But basically, they're these things where that one doesn't work, but this one. So when they both work, it looks really cool, but unfortunately that's not the case. So I'm going to drum with this one in this hand, hoping that it still looks cool. So yeah, that's what that is. But when I have two, I've ordered another pair. My siblings actually got these for my birthday, but they don't work. So I got some more. I bought myself some more. Hate you, probably because this is very loud, and I genuinely do feel bad, but at the same time my job is to entertain and they know that. Thank you, Ellen May. And yeah, they're all aware, so they get it. And there's not too many young kids. Although I know there are some kids somewhere that watch FOMO. But it's like, I don't know, somewhere around. But we don't know them as well. But they're really nice. Okay. I might do some musicals actually. Because that's fun. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Ooh. This is a tough one. I don't know which song I want to do. Because I can't really do anything from Book of Mormon because that's too offensive. Oh god, I'll do one from Book of Mormon. Actually, is All American Prophet that bad? I just don't want, because I know that some people disagree with that musical. It's not that bad, but it's not great either. I think I'll just do this one to be safe. But it takes a second to get into it, so just give it time. We'll go.
I've always had the hope that on the day I go to heaven, Heavenly Father will shake my hand and say, "You've done an awesome job, Kevin. Now it's our time to go out and set the world's people free. We can do it together, you and me, but mostly me." You and me, but mostly me, are gonna change the world forever. 'Cause I can do most anything, and I can stand next to you and watch. Every hero needs a sidekick, every captain needs a mate, every dinner needs a side dish on a slightly smaller plate. And now we're seeing eye to eye, so great we cannot breathe. That Heavenly Father has chosen you and me, just mostly me. Something incredible. I'll do something incredible. I wanna And there's no limit to what we can do, me and you. But mostly,
I apologize for the absolute mess that was. I was trying to fix the levels halfway through because I imagine that sounded really bad. Right, okay, I will do a different song. Oh, you know, I think I can do All American Prophet. It's not that bad. Okay.
you all know the Bible is made of testaments old and new. You've been told it's just those two parts, or only one if you're a Jew. But what if I were to tell you there's a fresh third part out there, which was found by a hip new prophet who had a little Donny Osmond flair. Have you heard of the All-American Prophet? The blonde-haired, blue-eyed voice of God. He didn't come from the Middle East like those other holy men. No, God's favorite prophet was All-American. I'm gonna take you back to biblical times. 1823. An American man named Joe living on a farm in the holy land of Rochester, New York.
You mean the Mormon prophet Joseph Smith?
That's right, that young man spoke to God.
He spoke to God?
And God said, Joe, people really need to know that the Bible isn't two parts. There's a part 3 to the Bible, Joe. And I, God, have anointed you to dig up this part 3 that is buried by a tree on the hill in your backyard.
Wow, God says go to your backyard and start digging. That makes perfect sense.
Joseph went up on that hill and dug where he was told. And deep in the ground, Joseph found a shining place of gold.
What are these golden plates? Who buried them here and why?
Then appeared an angel. His name was Moroni.
I am Moroni.
The All-American Angel. My people lived here all long ago. Sing the tree of my race. Please read the words within. We were Jews who met with Christ. We were All-American.
But don't let anybody see these plates except for you. They're only for you to see. Even if people ask you to show the plates to them, don't just copy them onto normal paper. Even though this might make them question if the plates are real or not, this is sort of what God is going for.
Joseph took the plates home and wrote down what he found inside. He turned those plates into a book. Then he rushed into town and cried.
Then God spoke to me and gave me this blessed ancient tome. It commanded me to publish it and stick it in every home.
Wow, so the Bible is actually a trilogy? And the Book of Mormon is Return of the Jedi? I'm interested.
Now, many people didn't believe the prophet Joseph Smith. They thought he'd made up his part 3 that he buried by a tree on the hill in his backyard. But Joseph,
This is no lie, 'cause God all the time they told me to head west. So I'll take my part 3 from the hill with the tree. Feel free if you'd like to come along with me to the promised land.
the promised land.
Paradise on the west coast, nothing but fruit and fields as far as the eye can see.
Have you heard of the All-American Prophet? He found a friend who put about Jesus Christ. We're following him to paradise. We call ourselves Mormons, and our new religion is All-American.
Wow, how much does it cost?
The Mormons kept on searching for that place to settle down. But every time they thought they found it, they got kicked out of town. And even though people wanted to see the golden blade, Joseph never showed up.
I have maggots in my scrotum.
Forgot about that line.
Okay. Well, anyway, now comes the part of our story that gets a little bit sad. On the way to the promised land, Mormons made people mad. Joseph Joseph was shocked by an angry mob and knew he'd soon be done.
You must lead the people now, my good friend Brigham Young. Oh God, why are you letting me die without having me show people the plates? They'll have no proof I was telling the truth or not.
That was loud.
They'll have to believe it just 'cause. Oh, I guess that's kinda what you were going for.
It's a bit slow, but
The prophet Joseph Smith died for what he believed in, but his followers, they kept heading west, and Brigham Young led them to paradise, a sparkling land in Utah they called Salt Lake City. And there, the Mormons multiplied and made big Mormon families, generation to generation, until finally they made me. And now it's my job to lead you where those early settlers were led. Have you heard of the All-American Prophet? That's right! Connecting life to be the voice of God. My best friend! God did something incredible, and he Joseph Smith again. 'Cause that voice of prophet is All-American.
If you order now, we'll also throw in a set of steak knives.
oh god, that's loud. So yeah. Those songs are a lot harder to play because they're just so random, like they're not consistent at all. But they're fun, I like it. Okay. Ooh, what should I do? What should I do? I'm gonna need suggestions. Oh, okay, that's a strong one. Is it? Oh. No, I'm not gonna do that one actually. I'll try this one though. I know this one's hard. Oh god, why am I doing this to myself? This one's really difficult. Okay, go on then. I'm gonna have to get into it, so bear with me, okay? Oh god. That wasn't good. Oh. I probably should have warmed up before doing this. That would have been smart. Oh god. Okay. Just give me a second. Oh. That's probably going to hurt for the rest of today. Oh well, I'll keep going. What was I... What should I do? I'm looking, but I'm not seeing anything I recognise. Oh, I saw Bad Idea from Waitress, and I would do that song, but that's not even. Oh, that's in a time signature that I don't even have the capacity to absorb right now. So I'm not going to play that one, unfortunately. But I want to acknowledge it because it's a great song. I love Bad Idea. Oh, absolutely, yeah. I found a good one. I've never played this on the drums before, so I don't know how this is going to go, but I love this song. So, at least I don't think I've played it on the drums. I may have forgotten. You guys probably know better than me.
I'm not a saint, but at least I'm not a fake. I try to tell you about my day, but did you got up in the things that you're ready to say? I've been swimming pools of gold. Now I'm just looking through empty souls. Stuck at a party with people I don't know. California, lonely paradise. Just landed in
bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. I'm just landed in the city of. Oh, good song, good song, good song, good song, good song.
I never was a cool kid. No, I never really gave a damn what I did. I like to party, but I never got invited. Alone again, so me, myself, and I try karaoke, but they told me I was only okay. I guess I never should have sang Beyonce or MJ. So I dropped the mic. Oh yeah, all the people in the bar turned around and said I was on my knees and whipping around my head. And I knew
I messed that up.
close my eyes and see the crowd. Cause my fingers don't make any sound. My head is on. With me night and day. Won't believe the way that I can play my head guitar. In my head, I am a rock star, and I'll probably be a pop star, and a model on the side. I'll never make it, but tonight I'm good enough to fake it. But an imaginary string and break it, replace it in the backstage of my mind. But I know my friends all think I'm living such a lie. Wonder how they think I'm living gets me high. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Close my eyes and see the crowd. But my fingers don't make any sound. My head guitar. Generations behind me won't believe the way that I can play my head guitar. You think there's nothing there? It's simply made of air. You laugh, but you're just scared. Try it if you dare. See the crowd, but my fingers don't make any sound. My head guitar. Night and day, don't believe the way that I can play my head guitar. I got your picture.
Oh. I got your picture, I'm coming with you. Dear Maria, count me in. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I'm the pen. Doesn't that feel? You'll be the showgirl of the home team. I'll be the narrator, telling another tale of the American dream. I'll see your name in lights. I want to do this one song because someone requested it the other week, and I'd never played it on the drums, but it was so much fun. However, I'm also thinking of the phrase "never do anything twice." Because as everyone knows, you can do something once and it's so sick, and you do it again and it's like, oh, that wasn't as good. Because it's always better the first time around. But I'm gonna give it a go because I really enjoyed it last time I did it. And I do songs twice all the time. It's just normally I know them better, so it's never horrendous. Although I don't think I've ever played the... Have I ever played the last... What did I just play? Air guitar. I probably have played it like once or twice, actually. My brain... Anyway, there's that. Now, I've made the decision that because it's getting to 9 o'clock, I'm going to stop drumming. Because, you know, I do have neighbours and there are some young kids, so I don't want to upset anyone. So I'm just going to come over here and sit for a bit with my half-working drumsticks. Brilliant. What the other one does work sometimes. Is it this one? Wait, which one works? This one doesn't. This one does. Wait, that's interesting actually. Oh, that's an interesting observation. This one makes more of like a vroom, vroom, vroom noise, whereas this one doesn't. It's just sort of like a... It still makes the noise, but just not as... It doesn't reverb as much. Very interesting. Not that I then, therefore, know how to fix it. That's just clearly the problem. They both sound different, so that whatever that thing is. Yeah. Also, yes, I understand my facial expressions are very funny while I'm drumming. I don't care. It happens to most drummers. I'm very impressed when I see a drummer that can just sit there and be like... the whole time, like even when they do like a ridiculous fill and they're just like or better yet just like keeping the same like smile or like good expression. The mic. You know what is really funny is that when I FaceTimed Jenna the other day and had the Moki party, that was all she was saying to me every 30 seconds to a minute was just your things over the mic again, and I was like, oh yeah it is, you are right, there it is. It's there. I can't stop it. I just don't understand what's wrong with me, to be honest. So that's going to keep happening until further notice. How's everyone doing? So if you're not in the UK, you won't know this probably, but we are technically back in lockdown, which is fun. So I'll be doing lots more live streams, which is nice. But yeah, so currently Max and I don't know what that means for us. At the moment, because it's mandatory, because it's scheduled BBC programming that is paid for by taxes, we are travelling up to Manchester this weekend, completely COVID safe. We go straight to straight from the train, straight to our hotel rooms, don't go anywhere, get food delivered, all that kind of stuff, and then go straight to the studio, film, go straight back to the hotel rooms, don't go anywhere. So just so everyone knows, we're being 100% safe. It's just our job, and we cannot do it at the moment, because last time we had a bit more time to plan it, to go to do the lockdown FOMO, because we weren't actually going to do that series. That wasn't going to happen. But they brought it back last minute because they didn't have enough to put on the TV. So now we're currently finishing that series still, because we only did 12 episodes of I want to say 30 episode series. It might be 25, I can't remember. But yeah, so that's what's happening. So don't worry, we're going to be doing more FOMO. That's always going to be every Saturday, except this weekend. This weekend isn't a FOMO. Because of COVID, we couldn't film another episode, so we decided that time not to, but this time around we just have to get it done. But luckily I think we're getting a few episodes done each time. Well, we always do, but we're getting a few episodes done each visit, so that we're not just going up and filming one episode every time. We're filming like 3, sometimes 4 in one go, so that it all just gets done and we don't have to travel as much. And then the podcast, that's going to be interesting as well. Again, that's something that we sort of have to do because it's done on a paid contract, and we don't have the equipment to do it at home. So again, we're going to be completely safe, obviously, and just do our best. Really, that's all we can do, and we hope that everyone is doing okay. I say we, obviously I do, but Max obviously does as well. But yeah, everything's going to be carrying on, because we understand how important it is to keep people, entertained and just, having something to do, having something to watch, because it does get lonely. And we're still going to be, talking to people, getting you guys to send in voice notes and videos and voice memos to the podcast and FOMO. So feel free to do that, because although we can't talk to every single one of you, we can feature you in these things. So that's always nice. I really like that we do that with pretty much everything we do. So yeah, that's cool. Bring back the It's Alive and 24-hour live. We want to, but it did take a bit of a toll on me and Max, as most people that have done those 24-hour challenges will tell you. It's not easy, especially when, because obviously me and Max at that point were spending every single day, every single day for however long we'd been in lockdown. It had only been like 2 or 3 weeks at the time, to be fair, but we worked together, we spent every single day together, and when you've not got someone there to keep you sane, sometimes Max and I do argue, and it's not a bad thing, siblings argue, but it's really hard for us to keep happy and keep light if something small goes wrong and we've been awake for 18 hours, and I think we did well that time, because I'm not saying we argue every 24 hours, by the way. It's just like being awake for that long makes you aggy and makes you annoyed, and we don't want to project that onto other people when we're obviously trying to do a good thing. The reason that other 24-hour challenges do so well is typically because, for example, like when I think Ryland did one and also Joe Wicks did one, they tend to have people come on and help them. And yes, we did have a lot of guests come on and help us and talk to us, and we interviewed them and did all that stuff. But the big difference was that whole event was run by me and Max and 4 or 5 amazing people from Crowdsurf who were working behind the scenes, especially Helen and Nikki as well. Helen, Nikki and Natalie were all going mad working on it, and so was Nicole actually. But especially I was calling Helen every hour pretty much to go, this isn't working, please fix it. But normally with those 24-hour events, they've got a big team of people that sort that and make it all happen, whereas we were working obviously against time zones as well, which was just terrible, and some guests not turning up, which could be stressful at points. So we're gonna do our absolute best to do a 24-hour, but we did say that if we do it again, we want to do it with probably Tom, Dobby and Dylan with us, because it would just take that edge off of it, I think. And if we go into lockdown, unless we do find a loophole where it's completely safe, I don't know whether we all completely 100% quarantine and don't even leave the house for 2 weeks and then do it, or something along those lines, and even then just do it in the cabin or something. Oh, we couldn't do it in the cabin because of the Wi-Fi, but something along those lines. Until then, we're just gonna have to wait it out, I think. But we're gonna do loads of other live stream and charity events, hopefully. But that was just my long story of the 24-hour live stream. It was a challenge, but we did enjoy it. We definitely did enjoy it, and we got to meet some really cool people that we'd actually some people never spoken to before, like Joel Dommett, who is just amazing. He's so funny and a really good friend now. But before then, we literally just we were texting so many random people that we'd never even spoken to before, DMing them, hoping that someone would reply, and he was one of the people that did reply, and we were like, great, absolute legend, let's get him on. So yeah, stuff like that was really cool. Looped calls, we can look into that, absolutely. I'm not going to promise anything yet, because like we have this job that is just always a busy schedule. No matter what's going on, there's always something that we need to be doing. So we'll definitely look into that. And one other thing I wanted to... No, I won't talk about that now. So I'm just thinking out loud. How does it feel to be 18? I'm such a realist. I'm so boring. I'm so boring. I sort of like, everyone was like, oh, you're 18. I was like, yeah, I've just gotten older. It's all right. You don't need to, you don't need to hype it up. I get it. I appreciate it, but It's just, I aged. It's all right. We're in lockdown. What can you do? There's not a lot you can do, really. I've bought alcohol. I haven't drunk it. I just thought it'd be funny to buy alcohol. I literally haven't even had any, and that's not even me saying that to be safe. Like, I don't need to. It's not against the law. I don't want it. I just bought it because I thought it'd be funny. And actually, it was quite funny because the guy that was checking my ID, he was looking at it because I went out on my birthday to get it I can't remember where I went now. But I went out and the guy was checking my ID, and he looked at it and looks up at me and goes, "It's today." And I was like, "Yeah, it is. Thanks for that." So it did make me laugh. It was quite funny because he seemed more excited about my birthday than I did. But yeah, Max also bought some apple juice. Oh, are we calling it apple juice instead of passion fruit vodka? Sorry, I didn't realise that. Was it passion? Yeah, it was passion fruit. The bottle looked sick. Like, the bottle looked really cool. And I went, I'll just have that because it looks cool. I might not ever drink it. I'll just give it to other people if and when they come round, because at this point that won't be until next April or I don't know. But what's happening with tour? It's still on until further notice. And like we've always said, your tickets are 100% safe. We absolutely want to see every single one of you no matter what. And by the sounds of it, this vaccine should be rolled out very soon. So unless something catastrophic happens, like I don't know, what are they called? A meteor hits the earth, we should be all right, I think. So long as everyone gets vaccinated and everyone stays inside for the next month and a half, the tour will be fine. So that is incentive itself to stay inside and stay safe. Get drunk and go live. There's something about that seems against my CBBC contract. But also, on a genuine level, I know a lot of people say this and then like go to parties and get drunk. I genuinely am not the type of person that gets drunk for fun. I'm not saying I haven't. I'm just saying I wouldn't. My idea of fun is going out paintballing or going out to a trampoline park, not going out clubbing or, I enjoy the occasional light party, and especially when there's good food, I'm happy with that. But I'll go to Topgolf, anything like that I'm happy with, but I'm not bothered by drinking. I don't know why. I'll have a drink, a single drink, but yeah, I'm just not. Sorry, I'm boring. You know what it is though? I like to be the smartest person in the room. And it's not. I'm not like jeopardizing having fun over being the smartest person in the room. I'm having a lot more fun when I can see. Put it that way. So yeah, I think that's one of the main reasons, really. Go live with Andy soon. What's your biggest flex? Ooh, well, if you read my Instagram bio, Klaus from the Vampire Diaries once called me Superman. That's a pretty big flex. But yeah, no, biggest flex. I mean, in terms of items, either this, which is just beautiful, wasn't cheap. When I tell you this, I've been saving up for this drum kit pretty much since I got the first one. Because even when I got the first one, I was massively grateful for it, but I knew it wouldn't be my last drum kit. I was like, right, this is amazing, but this is tiding me over until I get my dream drum kit. And here it is. And I'm actually quite glad. I'm actually really glad that I got it during lockdown, because it just meant that I really got to sit down for however many months it was and just work on my drumming. And I know a lot of you probably may not notice or may not recognize, but like in terms of technique and like timing, I know I mess up a load on live streams just because I'm an idiot, but like when it comes to actually performing live and stuff, I've gotten so much better just because I was able to actually spend time on it. Because a lot of the time, I've always sort of had drum lessons here and there, but I'd go to drum lessons and they'd be like, have you been practicing? And I'd be like, no, because I don't have a decent drum kit and I don't have time. So those two factor into me not practicing, basically. So yeah, that's basically, that means a lot to me, and that's a big flex. That and the Supreme box logo hoodie that I have is pretty cool, and the pink camo one, the Machino one, both of those are pretty nice. My biggest flex is naming my Chihuahua after you. Wow, thank you, I appreciate that. That's pretty awesome. Someone said about the CBBC contract, that was sort of a joke. We do have a contract obviously to work with them, but like there's no I've never seen a rule book, but there's the really obvious ones, like, no excessive swearing. You can't be like ridiculously political. So you can't like, because you work for the BBC, you have to be fair. You can't discriminate against other people's opinions, which is a reasonable human being thing, but it's specifically with politics. But that's just a boring thing. I never even talk about that majoritively anyway, unless it's really important. And then the other, it's just the obvious rules, like don't be offensive, don't be racist, don't, decent human being things is pretty much what's on that contract. And again, I probably have signed something, but it's just generally, if you want to keep your job, don't be an idiot, is basically the rules. And I actually love working for CBBC. It's one of the most fun, and Nickelodeon as well. It's so much fun working in kids TV. Like a lot of people, I was actually watching the Ant and Dec documentary on SMTV, which a lot of you guys might not even know what that was. It was I never watched it, but I know a lot about it because I've done a lot of research on kids TV, and it's basically it was the Saturday morning show. So like now we have Saturday Mashup. It was like that, but on ITV. And they were actually competing with another CBBC show called Live and Kicking. I think that was what it's called. And initially it failed completely because Ant and Dec wanted to have a music show. They that was their original plan. They wanted to have a music show. That was a strong gust of wind. Well, anyway, Ant and Dec wanted to have a music show, and they pitched it to ITV, and ITV said, we'll give you the music show, but we want you to incorporate it into this 3-hour live gap that we're trying to create for kids morning TV. And Ant and Dec said no, because they didn't want to do kids TV anymore. They wanted to do a music show. And as well, I think there was another woman called Kat Deely on it, and I think she had the same response. I don't think she wanted to do kids TV initially. But then she looked into it and was like, oh, okay, this could be fun. And for the first, I think it was for the first 6 months, it did really badly. And then all of a sudden they started actually filling it with good content, and it did really well. And I can't remember where I was going with this story, if I'm completely honest. Where was I going with this? What did I start with before I brought up SMTV? Someone's just swallowed a lollipop hole. No, I'm on about just before SMTV. I was talking about CBBC work. Yeah, CBBC contract. Yeah. So, what was I on about? Oh, I go off on such tangents and then forget what the main point was. What was I talking about? Ant and Dec. It must have been Ant and Dec for some reason. Oh, that was it. How much fun kids TV is. There it is. That was what I was on about. So yeah, SMTV, they even admit was one of the most fun jobs they ever did. And initially they didn't think it would be. Which, fair enough. It's kids TV. You don't think it's going to be that fun because you think you have to be really responsible and, it's a bit of a fun sponge, but it's not, because you can push the limits so long as you know what the limits are and you know kind of what you're doing. And Max and I have a lot of fun with sort of, especially because we're not live, Max and I have a lot of fun with testing our producers and kind of going, can we say this? And most of the time the answer is no. But we sort of push it a little bit, and occasionally the odd thing gets in. I think we had a big discussion over one line the other day because we couldn't decide whether it was right for Max to call me, I think he said something like, what did he say? he said something along the lines of, "Don't be stupid, you massive potato." And I know that doesn't sound like it could be that rude or offensive, but we were like, this could be looked at in a really bad way. You're calling someone a massive potato. So we kind of had a discussion about it and went, yeah, we probably shouldn't say that. But yeah, it's fun stuff like that. That even if it doesn't go live on TV, it's just fun having those sort of discussions. And deciding whether or not we can say certain things, because you do have to be careful at the end of the day. We got in trouble once, and I don't think we've ever told this story, because what happens a lot of the time is a lot of parents still write in to CBBC if they ever have any concerns or anything that they didn't think really they should their kids should be watching. And a lot of them are just unreasonable, and some parents just don't like Operation Ouch because it's too gory or something. And it's like, well, it does say at the start of the show that it's going to be, showing you about the human body and stuff like that. So those write-ins are just sort of like, the general ones. But there's the occasional write-in where something genuinely bad happens, and it's rare that it happens on scripted stuff that is pre-recorded stuff. It mainly happens for the live stuff where, someone slips up, someone, says the wrong thing or whatever. And there was one time where we had said something about going ham. Max said it. I remember. It was Max that said it. And we didn't actually even know what that meant. And neither did the producers. And it went through all the people, and no one raised their eyebrows to it, and because it was such a minute detail. And then it went out. Obviously, Max having said "going ham" in, I can't remember what the context was, and a parent wrote in saying, "Why'd you say that on TV? Do you know what that means?" And we were like, "No." And they said. They explained to us, and we looked it up, and it's true. It's hard as a mother something. So we didn't actually obviously say that, but we said going ham. Max said going ham, and yeah, it means hard as a mother. You can guess the rest of it. So yeah, that happened, and I think we got at least 1 or 2 write-ins for that one. Which is an achievement. It's not. We don't strive for that. But yeah, it happens. You get the odd one. There was one where they got really upset because Hacker had been thrown as a rugby ball or something while they were filming with a rugby team, I think. And they still did the whole thing where Hacker gets back up and says he's okay, but they really didn't like that one. They didn't like, yeah. That one didn't go down well, I don't think. But yeah, the ham merch, yeah. But obviously, that ham in that context has a very different meaning, because we're not saying going ham. We're just saying ham as in Max and Harvey, but backwards. These parents need to chill. I get it. I'm never angry if we ever. I mean, we rarely get a write-in, but for cases like that, I wasn't upset, because it's like, they're looking out for their kids at the end of the day, and it's fair enough. I feel like parents have this instinct where they react. Some people react more than others. We know there are Karens in the world, and that's fine. We can't get rid of them. They exist. I mean, not the really bad Karens. That's not fine, but the general just ones. But yeah, it's one of those things. You just sort of deal with it, get through. Bring back baby pink merch. If you guys like it, we can look at doing some new designs. We design everything, by the way, just so everyone knows. It's not like some random company just churning it out. We make sure that we are happy with everything. Are you a sesh lord, bruv? That is an incredible question. Are you a sesh lord, bruv? Have you seen The Wheel? Yes, I watched the episode with Vicstar on... Was it yesterday? It was, right? I think so. Is today Tuesday? Oh, does it come out on Sundays? It must do. I thought it came out on Mondays. Well, I watched the one with Vicstar in it, and I also watched the first one with Mel B and a couple of other people, and it was very funny. I really like that format. I'd absolutely love to be on the wheel. So if anyone works on that TV show, get in touch, because yes, I'd love to do the wheel. That would be very, very fun. What do people get for Christmas? I want to know. I don't think I asked before. Someone said something about the Vicstar diss track, and I don't even want to react. I know it's not good. Right. What people got merch. A lot of people got merch. Toughest Prisons comes out this week. Yes, it does. I'm very excited. Simpsons vans. Whoa. I need to see those. That sounds really cool. Worry a Little Less merch. Alexa controlled TV. A mini fridge. A PS5. Merch. Cookie butter. LED lights and pens. That's it. I got LED lights. Let's go. Twinning on that one. You know it's getting cold in here when my breath starts to show up. Tour tickets and Camp Festival tickets. Yes. Absolutely amazing. Merch. Loads of merch. New shoes. Tour tickets. Little Mix tickets. Oh, now there's only 3. There's it's even littler Mix. It's your birthday and you got merch. Happy birthday. Wait. Custom Rick and Morty AF1s. I'm sorry, that's way too cool. That's really cool. I got a new phone since I took up all your storage. Sorry. CDs. What? CDs of the whole Hamilton musical for your car. That's cool. Nike Reacts. I don't know, but I want Harvey. Sorry, I'm not. I gotta stay here because of the whole thing. Harry Potter tickets. If that's to the play in London in the Palace, I'd love to see it. I'd love to go back in the Palace. I know I always go on about it, but it's my first home in the West End world. Yeah, I'd honestly, if I could do another show in the Palace, I think that's a bucket list. That's easy. Like I know obviously I've done one in the Palace, but I was 7 and I do remember it because honestly, doing something like that is such a memorable experience. Even as a 7-year-old, I remember it so well. But I'd absolutely love to do another show. I promise you, one day I will be in a West End show again. It's my mission. I'll make it happen no matter what. But right now I'm doing this. So, and I'm very happy doing this. Someone adopted a llama. That's really cool. Same Heelys as me. They will be pleased to hear that. The team at Heelys absolutely love it when you guys get involved. A waffle maker. That's, you know what? I'm really annoyed because years ago we got a waffle maker because I'd always wanted a waffle maker. And we made waffles, kept making waffles, and it just got a bit boring eventually. And so we just sort of stopped using it slowly. To be fair, we did use it quite a lot, but it also was really messy, so it's, a pain to use. And then now I've seen... Hello.
Apologies.
Now I've seen all of these people like on TikTok doing all these cool things with waffle machines and like George Foreman grills and stuff. I'm just like, I want that now.
Did you take batteries off charge and then not put... Why didn't you plug it in?
Because I'm lazy. Someone got a Perry the Platypus onesie for Christmas.
That's pretty cool.
So, what did someone say? Rick and Morty customized AF1s. Someone got. That's pretty cool. I was like, that's kind of sick. Am I getting an iPhone? Well, it is very sick. Am I getting an iPhone 12 Pro?
Where are all the other batteries?
Okay, I've got good connection back. Someone said am I planning on getting an iPhone 12 Pro? Absolutely. I'd love to. I keep freezing, I'm sorry. I'd love to. But I've got no plans to yet. I'm probably just going to wait until my this phone runs out in like 6 months or something. Are you dyeing your hair again? It's probably going to be pink for a little bit longer. Come to LA when it's safe. We're 100% coming back to LA. We've A, got loads of people we want to see again, and B, got loads more new people that we want to meet out in LA. This really cool writer that we've been working with. It'd be great to meet him and obviously write new songs with him. Oh, the mic. I was doing so well, I feel like. Oh, wait. Maybe it was because I plugged it in to a thing. LA misses you. We miss LA very much. It is a lot of fun in LA, especially once you get to know it. Because I've been out there enough now that I can literally just walk around it seamlessly, like the main sort of area. It's really fun. It's a lot of fun. Just because there's so much cool stuff and so many cool places to eat as well. Like I do like the food. You know what? I don't like the snacks very much. Although I got used to them and I love flaming hot Cheetos. And I will, I'll make do with what's there, but the foods like what's that one place called? Not Panera Bread. There's a place just off of Hollywood Boulevard, I think, and it's near an 81 degrees. Is it 81 degrees? Is that 89 degrees? 80 degrees? What's the pizza place called? Person from LA, help me. What's the pizza place called? 80 degrees? Is it 80 degrees? But I'm not thinking of that. I'm thinking of the place near it. I know Panda Express. I'm actually not a massive fan of Panda Express. I'll eat at Panda Express. It's all right, but it gets really sickly after a while if you just keep having it. It's like like some places here. Olive Garden. I've never been to Olive Garden, but Helen says I should go. Someone, is it 80 degrees? That pizza place. I need to. Hang on. I need to look it up. Food near what's the theatre called? Pantages. LA. I'm going to tell you what my favourite food place is in LA. Or one of them anyway. Because I do have a lot. Okay. Oh, actually, I've been to Hollywood Burger. I actually went to Hollywood Burger, I think, with Jules. Oh, who was there? Jules, Jaden. I think Jaden was there. I think Hayden was there. It was a while ago. I imagine Haley was there as well, and a few other people. We went to the Shake Shack with Taylor, I think Taylor Holder. And then we went to watch Incredibles 2, which was so funny. Because that was just such a random thing. We went, do you want to go find somewhere to eat? To Taylor, and he was like, yeah, we'll go to Shake Shack. And I was like, okay, that sounds good. And then we just went, should we just go watch Incredibles 2? Yep. Just went. There wasn't the plan at all. We just sort of went, alright. Right, let me find Pantages. Okay, so yeah, Hollywood Boulevard. Hollywood Boulevard vegan places, because it's not fully vegan, but I'm pretty sure it's a vegan-ish sort of place. I might be wrong. Box Choy. I think we went there once and that was quite good. I think we went there with Jaden. I might be wrong about the name, but that sounds right. Oh, it's like a salad place sort of. Hang on, I'm literally gonna do some mix. Natalie will know what it's called.
Boulevard. 80 degrees. Oh, was it 25 degrees? Was I not even close? I thought it was 80. Wait, what? I thought it was 80 degrees. Is it 25? No, this is a burger joint. No. And then, based on that, if I do a... Is it... Wait. Damn, which one is it? Oh, God. Oh, I'm confused again. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, Tender Greens! It's called Tender Greens! That's the place! Let me just double check. Hang on. Tender Green. I can't believe I just spent that much time looking for a place that I'm probably not going to eat at for another year. Is this the place? Yeah, this is definitely the place. Wait. Yeah, this looks right. Tender Greens is really good. Anyway, moving along from that, I'm so proud of myself. Just with a little bit of extensive searching there, you can find out just about anything. What's this? Sorry, wait. Oh, by the way, when I was on about the 80 degrees thing, I was on about the fact that 80 degrees. Yeah, I was on about the fact that was near it. I didn't mean it was actually that. Oh, you saw us at the RDMAs. That's so cool. I don't honestly, I don't remember much of that. But that's not true actually. I do. Only because it was such a rush getting there, because we literally came from Anaheim we had either a meet and greet or a panel or something at VidCon, and then went from Anaheim to literally the center of LA to then do the award show. We got the award. We got rushed into the building to do the red carpet, because obviously our team knew that we were going to win the award, so they wanted to make sure we did the red carpet, but they were all obviously really nervous because we were really late. But we got in there, did the red carpet, got through, got seated. We were sat right behind Carson, I remember, and right next to Harvey as well, and Harvey and Lauren were literally next to us, and I think the Vamps were behind us, and so was the yodeling kid. There was a lot to process. There was so much going on. But yeah, literally like pretty much one of the first things we won the award. It was one of the first awards, and I think the first award announced actually. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. And I don't know what else to say. We did not expect it at all. We were actually, because Max and I loved going to events, and we were more than happy to. But at one point, we said to our team, listen, if it's going to be too much hassle, we'll just stay at VidCon. We don't have to go to the RDMAs. I get that it's good for red carpet exposure, but it's okay. And our publicist at the time, Nina, was just like, no, you have to go. You need to get the publicity. Even though she knew that we were going to win the award. She was just like, no, you need to go. It's going to happen, don't worry. Because we were probably just like, oh, it's okay. Because we knew how stressful it was going to be to get us there. But we made it happen, so You went to see us at Rock Your Hair 2017. Oh my god, that was so long ago. Again, don't remember a hell of a lot of that. The one thing I do remember is that now, if I were to go to an event like that, I think I'd cripple up purely because of the way they kept the acts. Like all of the sort of like people in the show were just in like this pen of people. Like I remember at one point I was probably talking to Jaden, Jules, Divinity, and Casey and loads of other random people that were there. I think that was one of the first times we properly met Casey actually. Yeah, it would have been one of them, and you know that everyone was so lovely there, but it was just really weird how we were all sort of kept in this area that the audience could almost see as well. So we had nowhere to warm up, we had nowhere to sort of like sort ourselves out, get changed or anything like that. It was really weird, and I don't think I could do an event like that again now. But it was a lot of fun, and it definitely helped us doing a show like that, helping our career and all that. You missed the trio with Casey. I honestly need to see that kid again. He is one of the most fun people to be around, I swear. Like, obviously I love being around like my close friends that I have at home, but if I could just ingest Casey into that group of friends, I would do it in a heartbeat. He's honestly one of the best people. So yeah, I love Casey. Harvey, Helena is using my email on a future podcast episode. That's sick. It may be one that we've already recorded already, or it may be one that we're recording this week. Who knows? I know she's been collecting them, because, and again, send in as many as you can. The more we get, the better, because obviously, it's the more questions we can get, the better questions we can answer, sort of thing. So yeah, keep coming up with questions and all that sort of stuff, and send them in. I think it's maxandharvey@spotify.com, so it's fairly easy to remember. So yeah, it's very exciting. Who are your girl besties? That is a very good question. Because in terms of actual best friends, like genuine best friends, I don't have a lot. Because I consider like Dobby, Tom and Dylan are my best friends, and there's no girls that I talk to that much. Or just like hang out with that much. But I mean, in the industry, in the world we're in, I'd probably say Holly H, probably Jojo, because we tend to talk a lot, but obviously only over the internet. And I do talk to Jenna, obviously. Why did I forget Jenna? That's so stupid. Obviously Jenna. My mind just blanked for a second. Jenna actually is a best friend, 100%. But then, yeah, Jaden as well, definitely. And I do talk to Jules a lot as well. Because I say I see Jaden more. Well, used to see Jaden more, but I actually talk to Jules more on the internet. But yeah, it's just sort of random. And then in terms of like close friends, I'd say it's hard because there's a group of us at college, obviously, but like I haven't known any of them long enough. I wouldn't say to like say best friends, but like obviously I'm really good friends with Izzy and Rachel, and Fina, and I don't really know. I feel really bad because if I don't mention everyone, I feel bad, but I can't just say that they're all my best friends because technically they're not. I'd say my only real. This is such a hard question. I'm digging a hole now. Oh, Jess O'Sullivan is an obvious one as well. I just, my brain is just so dumb. Jess definitely is. I'd say if I had to say top two from both worlds, I'd say Jess and Jenna would be like my best girl friends, not girlfriends, girl friends. Just to make that clear. Favorite heavy metal drummer, or just I'm gonna answer that just favorite drummer in general. I actually really like watching this guy called Cobus, who isn't, he's not a massive drummer. I'm pretty sure it was either, I can't remember who it was now. I think it was Busted actually had him on a few of their tours. But he's insane. Like some of the covers he does, and also Matt Maguire, who plays for the Chainsmokers. He's insane. I absolutely love watching his videos, especially the ones where he does it live shows where he's got like all the the fire drumsticks. I think I posted it on my story once or something, and I was just like, "This is insane! Like I love this." Obviously, Dave Grohl is up there. I feel bad saying it because it's such an obvious one, but it's Dave Grohl. But he's also an incredible singer, an incredible guitarist, and just everything else that he does is great. But yeah, I like a lot of drummers, but not for just specifically the drummer, for what they do in the songs. And I couldn't name every single drummer as well. Like, I'd say whoever drums in My Chemical Romance, whoever drums for them, I think their drummer's sick. But I don't know the name off by heart. And yeah, just a load of other, drummers like that. And Travis Barker obviously is another good one. But yeah, I just think, there's a lot out there. And it's hard to pinpoint a favourite, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Matt Maguire or Cobus, just because I watch them all the time on YouTube and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there. Favourite song at the moment? I have been watching the AJR show on repeat. And I would say I've been watching and listening to that more than I have been listening to music at the moment, because I haven't had the opportunity to listen to any music, purely because I've been doing so much. And if I'm doing nothing, like if I'm doing nothing at all, because I'm not going to sit here and go, I'm doing something every single hour of the day, because I'm not. But if I ever do sort of take a break or just do nothing for a bit, I won't like sit and listen to music, because I'm a very visual and audible I don't know person, so I kind of need two things going on to keep me entertained, because I'm just a massive fidget. I can't stop moving, and I tend to not be able to stop talking either. But yeah, I need to be watching something as well, so I tend to just either watch like a film or just not. Normally it's a YouTube video, because I don't really have time to watch films, although I watched Soul the other day and it was really good. And then we watched Soul again, and I fell asleep because I was really tired. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Favourite film at the moment, I mean, yeah, Soul's up there. It's very good, it's very funny. I'd also say, what's a film that I always watch? I really like Robots. Robots is a good one. Robots, the Lorax B-movie, obviously. They're sort of like the more meme ones that are really good. There's a meme about Big Weld that I love, which is very funny. You should bring Jess on your podcast. That would be a good idea, actually, because she does know a lot and she could talk about a lot. But I also think she wouldn't, because as much as in this world you want to say a lot, I feel like Jess is the kind of person that would obviously be happy to, but at the same time would feel very awkward saying some of these private things. Even if I said, I literally want you to say them, she wouldn't give the full details out of just general respect. She is a really nice person, and she's not there to tell the biggest story to get the most views or anything. She's just, she doesn't care. So at the end of the day, she just sort of like say, this happened, and then move on without actually going into detail, because she doesn't care about that sort of stuff, like going into detail and getting the views and all that sort of jazz. But I would like to have Jess on the podcast to see if there is anything that she sort of wants to bring up and talk about. Yeah. Have I watched who? Jason Bourne. No, I haven't. And I probably won't ever get round to it, to be honest. Favourite Youngblood song? Either Teresa, Cotton Candy, or Parents, I'd say. They're all great. And like I said, I think the other day, if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Parents, just because I've known it the longest and it's still a good song, if that makes sense. And then someone said favourite CBBC show. Little Big Awesome is very funny. Like, if I was going to sit down and genuinely like binge a series of CBBC, because obviously I watch a lot of the CBBC shows for my job, but I would never like binge watch all of them, because as much as I do like the episodes that we watch, there's not enough, you know, space for me in my brain to watch that amount of kids TV, because I do like some like inappropriate jokes and stuff like that, because I'm just that kind of person. But like I'd happily sit down and watch it, especially if I was with a younger cousin or something, you know, absolutely. And I do, every time we say good things about the show, we mean it. Like, it's not a bad show or anything, and we're just sort of going, oh, it's great. But yeah, I actually genuinely enjoy Little Big Awesome, I think, because it's very much similar to stuff like Rick and Morty and Adventure Time and all that sort of stuff that is a bit pushing the limits, but it actually technically doesn't, because obviously it's on CBBC, but it feels like it is, which is really cool. And then obviously love Saturday Mashup, love Blue Peter, and I really like in terms of being on them, Saturday Mashup, Blue Peter, and HQ. I just love doing live TV, even though I should not be allowed to do it at all. Especially seeing as what I said last time on Saturday Mashup, which was just so stupid. I don't think many people got offended or upset, but they were like, just don't say that again. Because I think I said... Joe asked me what if I could have one superpower, what would it be? And we were making disgusting sandwiches at the time that we were eventually going to eat. And I said, well, right now, probably the ability to not taste, or in other words, coronavirus. And that it was a bit of an oversight for kids' TV, I think. On anything else, everyone would have just given it a bit of a chuckle. But yeah, it probably wasn't smart. But you know, I didn't get too told off for it. So yeah. Wait, how did you ask Jess to prom? It's a very good question. I didn't. We had agreed since year 7 that we would go to prom together, and that was it. Because we don't tend to do the whole big thing that Americans do, because that's just, I get it, it's nice, but we're British. We're so upfront about stuff. I don't know many people that have done that, like the whole kind of like making a sign or like doing a nice thing. But yeah, we sort of made friends in year 7. And to be honest, we'd made friends in year 7, but I may have overdone it a little bit. We probably agreed in year 8 to do that, because we sort of made friends like halfway through year 7. So I imagine we probably didn't make that sort of commitment until year 8. Because imagine if we did hate each other by that point. But yeah, we went together, and we kept that sort of little promise as friends, that we'd go together, because then it's not awkward, and you don't have to try and find someone. Best Jack Duff song, easily Clarity. I mean, I love all of his songs that I definitely can name. I know one of them is Ecstasy or XTC or however you say it. And then the first one was Bad For Me, which I also very much like. But Clarity is just another level. Exams are cancelled. Well, I suppose that's technically a good thing. I was talking to Tom about it, because I go to a college where you don't take exams, really. There aren't really any exams. It's just all coursework. So I don't really know, but I was talking to Tom about it, and I completely understand it is frustrating. He was getting especially frustrated about it, which I completely understood. But it's quite funny, because Tom's not an angry person, but he was getting really angry about it. And you know, fair enough. It's just funny. But yeah, he was explaining that obviously, you know, if you think about it, people have been in their second year, especially the second years, or the year 11s. They've been in that year for maybe properly 2 months, if that, where they were actually going in. And even then, I don't think it was that much. But regardless, it is not enough time in terms of having like Zoom calls that aren't really the best, So yeah, I do get that, and hopefully that works out for people in a similar way to how they did GCSEs last year. To be honest, I don't know enough about it, because in the nicest way possible, it's not my area. I'm fortunate enough that it doesn't come under my radar as something to worry about. But yeah, I hope everyone somehow has a solution to that. Favorite Glee character? I promise you, I'm not saying this because I know him. Genuinely, my favorite character from the get-go has been Kevin, or Artie, purely because of how funny he is. Like, he doesn't have a lot of like detailed storylines. Like he has the odd one, about like wanting to be able to walk, and there's another one about him and Brittany being together and stuff like that. But he will just sometimes show up in scenes and just out of nowhere say the funniest line in the whole episode, and then that's it. And I think there's a beauty to that I just love. So yeah, that's great. And I also really like Brad as well. I don't know if a lot of people probably don't even know who Brad is. He's the guy that created the show, but he plays the piano in the Glee Club room, and he very, very rarely talks, but when he does, it's so funny. And also there's one where what's his name, Blaine or Darren Criss, interacts with him, I think, in the Puppet episode. Wow, how sad that I know this. And Brad says something to Blaine, and Blaine's like, Jesus, Brad, you can't warn me before you say stuff. And I just thought it's so funny. Oh, and also Becky and Sue are just incredible. That they are literally the funniest characters. Obviously, as well as Artie and Brad, those four are just up there. Everyone has great lines, and the show is so well written, and I absolutely love it. And I think a lot of people discriminate against Glee because they think it's just like another musical and like just this really, pansy-ish thing. And I'm like, it's great. It's so funny. It's actually really well written, and the storylines aren't terrible. Like they're all really realistic, for one thing. Like, admittedly, that they do blow them out of proportion, but at the same time, these are musical theatre kids, and so it's actually fairly realistic and reasonable for musical theatre kids to blow scenarios out of proportion. So it's one of those things where it's actually quite interesting, and I do like it very much. Sorry, I'm sort of like, I realise by the end of the sentence I sort of start like half saying sentences because I'm reading the comments to try and move on. I am going to go because my feet are getting freezing because I don't have the heater on in here, and it's literally just like a cabin. I mean, the walls are freezing as well. But yeah, I'm cold and I need to go inside. Because have I eaten? I think I had toast earlier. I can't remember. I'm going to go do something about that. I will see you guys in a bit. One last question. Favourite School of Rock song? Ooh! Either You're in the Band, Stick It to the Man, or Time to Play. They're three great songs. Yeah, they're all amazing. Thank you all so much for joining. Apparently the connection is unstable, so I apologise for that. How have you not dated Jess yet? We're just really good friends, and we always said if we were going to, it would have happened by now. So we're always going to be friends. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.